Hello students, welcome back to Simstar online learning classes. I hope you all are doing well. I am Diksha Sarwani, your English teacher, and today we'll be discussing the second chapter of your English main course book of class 8, that is Feathered Friend. And this is part 2 of the lesson, and I hope that you all have seen the previous video, because if you haven't seen, first go and watch that video, otherwise you will not be able to understand the whole lesson. So let's begin. So as I told you that the narrator was having nagging headache, he was having continuous headache, and because he was unable to sleep properly, and he was asking for Sven. It took me ages to undo my bunk straps, and I was still only half awake when I joined the remainder of the duty crew in the mess. And I told you what is the meaning of mess? The meaning of mess over here is kitchen. Breakfast was unusually quiet, and there was one seat vacant. Where's Sven? I asked. He is looking for Claribel, someone answered. Says he cannot find her anywhere. She usually wakes him up. Before I could retort that she usually woke me up too, Sven came in through the doorway. He could see at once that something was wrong. He slowly opened his hand, and there lay a tiny bundle of yellow feathers, with two clenched claws sticking pathetically up into the air. So when the narrator asked, "Where is Sven?" So somebody said that Sven was looking for Claribel. So he was looking for Claribel, and Claribel was missing. Like when we have pet in our home, the first thing which we do when we get up early in the morning is to search for our pets, right? So in the same way, he was also looking for Claribel, because Claribel used to wake him up in the morning, and Claribel was missing. He was surprised. Then he saw that Sven was carrying Claribel in his palm. Claribel was lying motionless. Everybody was sad to see Claribel motionless with his two legs up in the air. I hope this much is clear to everyone. What happened? We asked, all equally distressed. I don't know, said Sven mournfully. Mournfully over here means what? Sadly. I just found her like this. We all waited in hushed silence, while he held Claribel against his ear in an attempt to detect any heartbeat. Presently, he shook his head. I can't hear anything, but that doesn't prove she's dead. I have never listened to a canary's heart. He added rather apologetically. Apologetically over here means feeling sorry. Give her a shot of oxygen, suggested somebody, pointing to the green banded emergency cylinder beside the door. Everyone agreed that this was an excellent idea, and Claribel was tucked snugly into a face mask that was large enough to serve as a complete oxygen tent for her. To our delighted surprise, she revived at once, beaming broadly. Sven removed the mask and she hopped onto his finger. She gave a series of sharp thrills, then promptly keeled over again. Now over here, what is the meaning of distressed? Distressed over here means upset or worried. What is the meaning of hushed silence? It means quietly and seriously. What is the meaning of revived? Became conscious again. What is the meaning of sharp thrills? Short, high-pitched, repeated notes. So now what happened, that nobody was sure that whether she got unconscious or she was dead. So somebody suggested to give her oxygen. Oxygen was given to Claribel, and surprisingly, Claribel was fine. She revived, and she gave a short and high-pitched repeated notes, peeping and whistling. So everybody was happy and everything was normal. I don't get it, lamented Sven. What's wrong with her? She's never done this before. For the last few minutes, something had been tugging at my memory. My mind seemed to be sluggish. Sluggish over here means what? Slow. My mind seemed to be sluggish that morning, as if I was still unable to cast off the burden of sleep. I felt that I could do with some of that oxygen, but before I could reach the mask, understanding exploded in my brain. I whirled on the duty engineer and said urgently, "Jim, there's something wrong with the air. That's why Claribel's passed out. I have just remembered that miners used to carry canaries down to warn them of gas." Now, what happened? That the narrator was not feeling very active. He was not well, as if he could not sleep properly and he wanted oxygen mask. Suddenly, he remembered something. And what happened? Suddenly, his mind worked and he got to know that there must be a trouble in the air, and that was the reason why Claribel got unconscious. So quickly he ran to his technical staff, Jim, to check the situation. So let's see what Jim replied. "Nonsense," said Jim. "The alarms would have gone off. We have got duplicate circuits operating independently." "Sir, the second alarm circuit isn't connected up yet." His assistant reminded him. That shook Jim. He left without a word, while we stood arguing and passing the oxygen bottle around like a pipe of peace. He came back 10 minutes later with a sheepish expression. It was one of those accidents that could not possibly happen. We had had one of a rare eclipse by Earth's shadow that night. Part of the air purifier had frozen up, and the signal alarm in the circuit had failed to go off. To go off over here means what? To explode. $500,000 worth of chemical and electronic engineering had let us down completely. Without Claribel, we would soon have been slightly dead. So over here, what happened that when the narrator told everything to Jim, Jim did not believe the situation. Jim was very much confident. He was very much confident about the alarm. But his assistant reminded him that the circuit for the second alarm was not connected. Then Jim quickly ran to check the situation. And after 10 minutes, he arrived and told they had a rare eclipse caused by the shadow of the earth. And that has frozen the air purifier, and it may be a deadly accident for all of them. And canary proved to be a life savior for all of them. So over here what happened? Over here the narrator remembered that miners generally used to carry canaries down to the mines to get the warning about the gas. And here too he applied the same thing, and canary proved to be helpful to the entire crew members. So Jim said that where 500,000 valued chemicals and technical equipments failed, the warning alarm failed, but the tiny little bird canary helped everyone to save their lives. So now, if you visit any space station, don't be surprised if you hear an inexplicable snatch of bird song. There's no need to be alarmed. On the contrary, in fact, it will mean that you are being doubly safeguarded at practically no extra expense. So over here, lastly, the narrator says, so if you next time visit a space station, you have to be sure about everything. And if you hear the song of a bird peeping or humming, then you should understand that you are getting double safety at no cost at all. So isn't the lesson interesting? Of course it is, because nobody could have assumed that a bird could have saved the lives of the crew members, right? Yes, anything can happen. And I hope now you understood that why the writer has given the title Feathered Friend. because over here the canary proved to be the feathered friend. So this was about the whole lesson, and I hope this is clear to everyone. Till then, keep learning, keep practicing. Thank you, and have a nice day.